Hello guys and welcome. I'll begin my video this morning with this particular tweet from Edwin Sifuna. The tweet reads, "A wife who ran away from her home without bearing children and has been in a series of unsuccessful marriages can't come back and threaten to discipline children of the wife who stuck along to see the home grow." He claims that the tweet is from Elijah Masinde, and he signs out by saying, "Good morning Nairobi, good morning Kenya." It is an important tweet because the basis of this video is going to be built on that particular tweet. I want to highlight the relationship and whom exactly is Sifuna referring to this particular tweet, because if you remember very well, during the weekend they had a push and pull with the president in the Siaya County during the funeral of George Oduor, Raila's bodyguard. And this tweet is going to form the basis of this particular video. A very warm welcome guys to my channel this particular afternoon, and if it is your first time on my channel, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos you'll not miss out. All right, welcome guys. The newspaper have been sprinkling with the headlines all over that says that Sifuna is being reprimanded or has been reprimanded by President William Samoei Ruto. The newspaper, the Standard newspaper, wrote and said that Ruto is taking charge. Ruto has threatened, what they termed as threatened Sifuna. Remember, Sifuna has been a voice of reason for Kenya. Sifuna has been speaking for the Gen Z and the young people, and he has not been sparing the jabs towards President William Samoei Ruto. He's been tough on President William Samoei Ruto, and he is among those that have been saying that, remember, that the president is going to be a one-term president. In one of the interviews in one of the stations, Sifuna said that even if Baba chose to back Ruto, or even if Sifuna himself would give Ruto his one vote, he's very assured that the president is a one-term president and he's going to be shown the door in 2027. Sifuna has not been having any kind words for Ruto. He's been tough on him, and it was so evident during the funeral of George Oduor, the personal aide of Raila Amolo Odinga in Siaya. Sifuna gave his brief speech, but he finished his speech with a bomber. He finished his speech with a punchline, and he said that mwiba wa kujidunga rais hauna kilio ama hauambiwi pole. He meant that the president has some people within his circle that are sabotaging him, and he meant exactly that president, some of the woes that he's facing, or some of the challenges or the difficulties that he's facing, are because of people that he should call into order. Sifuna reminded the president that he should read them the Riot Act and bring them or call them into order. That tells you who Sifuna is. He never spares the president, or he never shy away from calling out the ills of the government. Sifuna goes hard even in the interviews when he's invited with so many local media channels. Sifuna never minces his words. He speaks truth to power. He points out and says this is wrong or this is right. It's also evident during the pact that was sent, the coalition pact between the UDA and Raila Odinga's party, the ODM, at KICC. Sifuna came strongly, stood on the podium and said that he is there acting as the Secretary General of the ODM. He meant that without him being the Secretary General of the ODM, he would not have been there, but he came purposely because the constitution of the party, of the constitution of the ODM party, demands that he should be there that particular moment, and that's why he came to sign. But even as we could see, we saw his face was not actually very moody or was not very jovial in that particular event. One could tell that his heart was elsewhere. He did such a signing, or he did that particular signing based or under coercion or under duress, because we could tell that he wasn't happy and he was totally against that. But the president did not spare Sifuna either. The president also stood up and reminded Sifuna that he is among the founders of the ODM party. He said that he began ODM party long before Sifuna came in. That tells you how the vicious or how the fight is boiling on slowly by slowly, and sooner rather than later is going to spill out and burst out of control. So people are asking themselves, when Sifuna was speaking these particular words, remember Sifuna is the Secretary General of the ODM. Did he speak so with the blessings of Baba? Was he making a party position, or was that his personal words, that his personal opinion towards the president? Others say that he spoke those words with the blessings of Raila Amolo Odinga, but others argue that Sifuna was making his personal statement. And remember, the president reminded Sifuna that he is the founder, among the founders of the ODM. True to that, the president began with the ODM long time ago during the Pentagon season. The president was there, and I remember in Kasarani the president even stepped down for Raila Amolo Odinga during the primaries. He said he's going to step down because by then he said he was young and he believed he had a chance to fight again for the election in the near future. So he stepped down in 2007 during the primaries of the nomination of the ODM candidate in Kasarani. He stepped down for one Raila Amolo Odinga. So the president is among the founding or the founders of the ODM, true to that. But we can also not afford to ignore the politics that was contained in President William Samoei Ruto's statement. He said he can fire. In other words, he can call it the meeting, he can summon the meeting, and they can say that Sifuna is not guiding or leading the ODM in the right direction. So others viewed the words as a threat. They say that the words means that he is on top of Sifuna, or he was politely, quote unquote, telling Sifuna that you can do nothing, we can eject you from that position that you are holding, and I'm still an ODM member. I don't know your thoughts regarding all this fiasco that took place, and whether it's going to escalate or it's going to cool down, because we know Sifuna has been punching a lot against the Kenya Kwanza government. Share your thoughts with me. I'd love to read and share your sentiments as well. And if it is your first time on my channel, before you sign out, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos, you'll not miss out. Adios. Ciao, ciao.